Hello friends, I am Naveen Kori and today I am going to talk about the World Bank Young Professionals Program. So I was selected for the final entry of this program last year and the final result was declared this year in March 2024. But unfortunately or fortunately I was not selected for the program. But I am making this video so that I can help young people like you to know about the application selection process etc. and increase your chances of selection. So let's go ahead. So first of all, please note that the video is to help applicants understand the process easily. For official information, queries, process, etc., you can go to their official website or their email. So first of all, what is World Bank Group Young Professionals Program? It is nothing but a full-time job with the World Bank Group. When and why was it started? So the World Bank's Young Professional Program was started in 1963 with 11 people, so almost 60 years ago. Then the program was created to attract young, highly educated professionals from around the world to help the World Bank to fight poverty. Then it has since evolved to include areas such as social development, climate change, and COVID 19 response and recovery. Then, what do YPs do exactly? So, YPs join the World Bank Group as technical specialists, economists, and associate investment officers on an initial 5-year term contract renewable based on performance. During the first 2 years, they have the unique opportunity to deepen their knowledge and experience through rotational assignments across the World Bank Group. Additionally, YPs take part in a structured learning and talent development journey through their YP Academy. Key elements include technical and operations training, language programs, negotiation and business skills, and leadership development. They also receive one on one coaching, connect with mentors, and engage in strategy focused dialogues with senior leaders. Coming to the salary and benefits for YPs, so YPs join in GF grade, which is the sixth highest of the bank's 11 grade levels. So they have grade levels ranging from GA, the lowest, to GK, the highest, and responsibilities and requirements increase at each level. YPs are part of the professional and technical stream, which indicates their importance to the organization. Salary starting from US dollar 105,900 to 196,800 per year, which comes to approximately 89 lakh to 1.65 crore Indian rupees as of July 1, 2024 if you join their United States headquarters in Washington. But please do remember, my brothers and sisters, as the Holy Bible says, according to the King James Version, 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So please remember that the love of money is the root of all evil. So put your focus on doing godly things and do not go behind money. So if your intention is money for this job and or any job, I don't think that's a right approach. Then in addition to the salary, candidate will receive benefits totaling around 58,000 US dollars per year, which includes medical, life, disability insurance, severance pay, and other non-salary benefits apart from the annual leave, daycare, fitness center, etc. And the relocation compensation, so you will get moving, travel, relocation, expedition, relocation grant, mobility bonus, etc. And what are the career prospects? So year one includes the induction, training, initial assessments at Washington headquarters. Year 2 includes increased responsibilities and international assignments. Year 3 to 5 includes leadership development, career planning, and advanced projects. So post year 5, so you'll continue working in the World Bank group. So we'll get senior positions, and most YPs often program through progress through the ranks to become senior managers, directors, or even vice presidents. Where are the YPs placed? So these are five agencies: Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, MEGA, International Finance Corporation, IFC, World Bank, which is IBRD, and IDA. So there are several global practices at the World Bank Group. So you'll be placed under one of the practice which you opt for. In people, you have education, health, social protection. In planet, you have agriculture, climate, environment, inclusion, water. In prosperity, you have economic policies, finance, competition, investment, institutions, poverty. Infrastructure, you have energy and extractive, sustainable infrastructure, finance, transport, urban development. And in digital, you have digital transformation. Coming to the eligibility requirements for the current application, which is from September 1 to 30 for the 2025 cohort. So your date of birth should be on or after October 1, 1992. If you have born before October 1, 1992, you are not eligible to apply. Even if you apply, I think either the system won't take or you might be rejected. Coming to the nationality, so you need to be uh, a national of one of the World Bank Group member country, and you need over 4 years of full-time work experience following successful completion of undergraduate studies, and doctoral studies and internships in relevant areas may count towards work experience if you did internship in irrelevant areas. For example, if you applied for agriculture GP and your internship is in some IT company, so I don't think that will be counted. And you need over 4 years of full-time work experience. It means that they will usually prefer people with minimum 4 years of work experience. Coming to the master's degree, so you need to have completed a master's degree or equivalent in a relevant field again. So if you apply for agriculture global practice, and if you have your master's in biotechnology or say maybe mechanical engineering, I don't think you will be selected. And you need to attain the qualification before September in 2025, that is next year. And if you are pursuing a doctorate degree, so in a relevant accredited institution, then the degree must be substantially complete with all the written work before next year, September 1st, 2025. So, excellent command of spoken and written English is necessary, and fluency in other languages might be advantageous to your application. And you are not a World Bank Group staff member, nor are you precluded to apply or join the program by employment eligibility policy from time of application to the YPP program. So usually close relatives of the staff members need to be careful. Coming to the contract start date and terms, so the YPP does not offer deferred entry, and you must be prepared to start full-time employment with the World Bank Group on September 8, 2025. If you ask for a deferral for any reason, I don't think they will provide. You have to reapply. And if you're invited to join the YPP, your offer will include a 5-year term contract as a mid-career staff member, GF level, which I already explained in the previous slide. That may be renewable based on performance. Then you might also be eligible for a G-type visa for US and also your dependents. Then you may be located to Washington DC or any of the World Bank Group country offices worldwide and must be prepared to relocate accordingly. So don't think that you will be in Washington for all 5 years. After the initial year, you may be placed in any part of the world. Then coming to the documents needed, so first of all you need your curriculum vitae or resume, which should be ideally 1 or 2 pages, but no more than 2 pages. Then passport photo page to help confirm your date of birth and also your nationality. Then transcript or enrollment letter to confirm your postgraduate educational degree and expected or completed date. Then two references from person to whom you are not related, who have known you well in a professional capacity for at least 1 year and are familiar with your qualifications and recent professional and academic experience and accomplishments. And if you're currently employed, including your current employer as a reference is not mandatory. If you're currently engaged in doctoral research, including your faculty, advisor, or supervisor reference is recommended. And be sure your work program selection is clearly supported in your application by your demonstrated skills, education, and experience. As I have already mentioned, if you are applying for global practice in agriculture, so you need to have relevant education and work experience in that field. If you have MTech in electrical engineering and you're applying for agriculture global practice, you won't be selected according to their criteria. Coming to the application process, so portal opens on September 1, 2024 and closes on September 30, 2024. So late applications will not be considered and the application system will be closed on September 30. Then successful candidates are expected to be invited to interviews and assessments in December 2024 through January 2025, and they plan to inform the selected candidates in February 2025. Coming to the selection round, so the first round consists of online application. So usually around 5,000 to 10,000 people apply from all over the world, not just India. So it varies every year. Then the second round would be technical review, in which around 1,000 applicants from the first round are selected, and third round would be the interview and assessment center, in which around 200 candidates are selected from the second round. So last year I was one of the 200 candidates. Coming to the selection process, which is purely my personal experience. So first of all, online application submission, I had submitted my application last year on 28th July, and the last date was 31 July, just 3 days before the deadline. And after that, pre-selection happened, so I got an email to submit additional materials on 11 August 2023. So they asked me reference letters with 5 days within 5 days of the receipt of the email. Then they also asked me to participate in digital interview powered by HireView. You get an email of this and you have to submit it within 7 days. That was the last year, and I was also allotted a batch number. So in this HireView digital interview, I think they had asked around 3 to 4 questions, and they had given me around 2 to 3 minutes to answer. So you have 2 or 3 attempts to record your video online. So it's a pre-recorded kind of interview. There will be no people there, but it will be just computer and an online system where you kind of give a video interview in front of your camera, and it's recorded and then sent to the World Bank YPP selection team. So after that, I was selected for the interview. So I was intimated for the interview on 19 October, and my passport and current location details were asked. And I was sent the interview letter for this YPP program, that invitation letter, and the visa letter on 30 October 2023. Post that, in November 22, I had the World Bank YPP interview at World Bank Bangkok office in Thailand, and the final outcome was the result was declared on 21 March 2024 via email. So I was not selected for this program, but I am making this video because I didn't get any video or any source of information whatsoever. Wherever I searched YouTube, I searched many sources. It was very tough to get all this information, and I think this is one of the only video which will be there on this program, in which I have given you so many details which will really help you in your selection process. Coming to the total duration, so it was around 9 month process. So last year, July it started. This year, March it ended from applying to the final result. So this year it may be 6 to 7 months because it's starting next month, that is September, and they have told that they will declare the result by February, or it could be March. So it may be reduced by 2 3 months, the this year selection process. Coming to the interview day, my personal experience. So, interview preparation, I have read through or skimmed nearly 50 documents about World Bank Group history, 2023 annual report, India country strategic framework, ongoing projects in India and major countries, financing instruments, all its major initiatives like dashboards, etc. So, I have gone through the various documents available on its official website, and also other documents of importance, including my resume and my previous experience and how they relate to the World Bank YPP program. So I prepared all of this. And then I was in batch 4, consisting of 5 participants, in which they were from 4 countries, in that 2 female and 3 male. And only this batch interview was scheduled on that day in Bangkok office on 22 November, and 2 joined remotely through Zoom as they could not attend in person. So if your question is whether you can join remotely, I do not know, because it depends on your situation, and you have to mail the program team if you get to this stage, and it depends on their review. So coming to the next point, so initially we were given an hour to hold group discussion and summarize it at the end. So we had been given a topic. So on that topic, we had a group discussion with the all the 5 members, including me. So as I told you, 2 people joined online and 3 were offline. So all of us took some roles like note taking. I was note taking, and someone initiated the discussion, and someone was writing or sticking on the uh, board the points that we were discussing, and finally someone had to summarize it, etc. So next was, after that we were given around 15 minutes immediately after the group discussion to give our feedback of the group discussion through an online form which was time bound. So if you do not submit it within 15 minutes, it will get closed. And in that form, basically they had asked about you know how did you find the group discussion, and what is your feedback of your fellow participants, the other 4 people, and also what was your contribution, something like that. And after that, I was called for interview first. The remaining candidates were called turn by turn. Then coming to the next point, so I reached 20 minutes before the allotted time at their Bangkok office and was dressed in business formals. Usually that's the dress code. And they provide visa invitation letter, book your flights, accommodation, reimburse food and taxi charges post your interview. And the interviews were held in Nairobi, Vienna, or Bangkok. They choose the nearest one to your current location. since I was based in Delhi, India, so they had called me to the Bangkok office. Then the interview lasted for around 45 minutes. Then it had a panel of 4 to 5 members. I think someone was watching online too, and 4 persons were in the room. So I'll quickly show you how it was, the arrangement. So this was the table, and I was seated here, and the panel members were seated here. One and two and three and four. And here was a large screen. I think someone was also watching online. So this was me sitting here, and the rest of all were the panel members one, two, three, and four. So why I'm telling you this thing is maybe sometimes they also check your confidence level. So when you're sitting in the middle, so and they are across you, so how you will behave or your leadership qualities. Coming to the next point, so I was made to sit in the middle, while on my both sides two people were each were seated, as I already told you. And the questions were like rapid fire, one after the other. Then coming to the few questions I remember based on my memory. So first question was, why the World Bank and the Young Professionals Program? How can I add value to it? What recommendations would I provide as a World Bank expert to any government I work with on climate change? And the next question related to agriculture, water management, and irrigation practices in India. Why farmers choose groundwater issues and solutions. The synergy between climate change and agriculture. What the World Bank should do at the state level versus NABARD in India. And why clients choose NABARD over the World Bank. Other areas affected by agriculture apart from those mentioned. If you are presenting a pitch to an agriculture minister in an elevator to go green, how will you do it? If you are convincing a government to not work with a partner with correct practices, how will you convince them? What will I do if they are not getting convinced? One challenge I might face and my role in it. How are smallholder farmers financed and what are the new methods? How to ensure financing for smallholder farmers even after challenges like repayment issues. Then there was a question on greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture, and finally they asked, "Do you have any questions for us?" So basically, my global practice that I choose was agriculture. Second one was water. So most of the questions revolved around the agriculture and water, and also my experience was checked in questions like these, like about NABARD, because World Bank is ultimately a bank, and India also has this National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So this might be the way they can ask you the questions again in your interview. But there are so many global practices. But why I shared with you these questions is, especially if someone is applying to the agriculture global practice or water global practice or any global practice, you will at least have an idea, because I don't think anyone would have shared with you the YPP interview questions. Coming to the pre-selection after interview, so some candidates are asked to again submit contact details of 2 to 3 references, which YPP team contacts separately if needed. This gives a 50-50 chance of final selection, but I was not asked for it. But some selected candidates were asked in January or immediately post interview date. Then the post selection after interview. So first of all, they will issue you a letter of intent if you are selected after the interview to confirm your continued interest and possibly provide additional information or documentation. Then there will be a post the LOI. You will have a medical checkup and educational employment verification, police verification, etc. A letter of appointment is issued or offer letter post the verification of all these things. Then they issue the visa support letter so that you can apply for a work visa. Then they make appropriate travel arrangements for you. Then they also give you settling grant and housing support once you reach their headquarters in Washington. Then coming to some important notes. So first of all, you can have discussions on the YPP program on the Econ Job Rumor. So it's a website which I also used last year to know a few of the things. But since you now have this video, I think it will be very good source of reference for you already. So but you can still join some forums on YPP on this website. And you should not lie in your application or submit false or counterfeit documents, because everything will be verified if you are selected. It might also lead to permanent disqualification from future YPP applications, so you should be very careful. Then include in your resume only what you truly did. You may need to justify later if you are selected for interview, and you may apply any number of times. There are no kind of limits on this till you are eligible, age wise, also the other criteria. Then the process may change every year of YPP, but usually there are only minor changes. And I wish you all the best for your journey. And please like, share, and subscribe this video. And if you have any doubts, please feel free to comment in the comment section, and I'll try to answer your queries, and I will do my best. So again, wishing you all the best. Bye bye.